I didn't know when I picked up the phone and called Marie. It was a good thing that Annie was dead-ass drunk or she would have heard my sobs and words. Marie didn't say much. She listened to me and consoled me, telling me it would be okay. After an hour, I decided I was better. I took a shower and slept on the couch. The next day, when Annie asked why she didn't wake up to see me on the bed next to her, I gave her the excuse that I didn't want to disturb her. Later that afternoon, when she left for the mall, I took the kids with me to see Marie, and while they played with her dog, we talked and I showed her the messages I transferred to my phone. Marie was shocked and so embarrassed that she began to cry. She told me how sorry she was that all this was happening, and I began to tell her it's not her fault. She began to say that maybe it was a mistake. I haven't exactly caught Annie red-handed. I knew she was really concerned for her sister if I divorced her. She knew how I treated Annie and how Annie was about to lose it all. I told Marie to help me look after the children once in a while and I would look for proof. I also made Marie promise me that she would not tell Annie anything. I did just that. I would wait for Annie to leave her phone and then I connected it to mine so I got all her messages. The day she told me she would have a get-together with her girlfriends in the suburbs for 3 days, I agreed. I had already let go of any feelings for Annie at this point. She was a bad wife and an unfit mother who was never there with the kids. I knew the girlfriend's tale was a lie. She was going to meet with the Tim guy. I had asked Marie beforehand to help me get in contact with the man's wife after she said she saw his profile on Facebook. I texted the wife and we met up that day and I told and showed her everything. She said she already suspected it but had no proof. She said Tim told her he had to travel for business and would be back after 3 days. Ironic. After 2 days, when Annie was supposed to return the next day and after I found out the location of Annie and Tim, I dropped the kids off with Marie's mother and hopped in my car with Marie and Tim's wife, driving to the hotel where my wife and the bastard were. It wasn't very hard to bribe the receptionist after explaining our ordeal and get the key to the room. We all went to the door, Marie shaking, Tim's wife on the verge of tears and me. I felt nothing but disgust and seething anger. We walked in on them in the act and armed with my phone ready, I snapped away before they could cover themselves. Annie began to beg. Marie walked up to her and slapped her while crying. Why would you do this? You had everything. Look at what you've done to yourself and your kids. I left immediately with Marie, letting Tim's wife hit and yell at her unfaithful husband as she threatened divorce. I didn't bother to talk to Tim or Annie who begged me. I just left. We drove in silence till I got to my house. That's when I let it all out for the last time, screaming and crying in pain as Marie calmed me down. Once I was calm and with Marie watching, I sent the pictures and the chats to her mother and the contacts of the family members I knew. I also posted it on the timeline of every single page she had. Marie apologized as though it was her fault, the innocent woman crying over her foolish sister. I didn't leave the house even as Marie went to bring the kids back. Annie didn't come home either and there were a lot of messages on my phone from her family but I ignored it. That night, Marie and I slept together. No, we didn't actually hook up, but we fell asleep on the couch together after putting the kids to bed. There was no reason to and no thoughts about it but it was calming. The next day I contacted my lawyer to prepare the divorce papers. I had Annie's things moved to her parents' house. That afternoon she came begging and crying on her knees,